continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. Years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that if you get your degree here, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking.
I'm a special ed social worker.
And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
I'm a recent graduate from Michigan State University.
I'm an underwater cinematographer.
So I didn't really decide I wanted to become a pilot till after college.
Jevy is like a consolidated platform where I could have focused information in a couple swipes.
Involve yourself as many opportunities that you can.
The number one most important thing is knowing your own weaknesses. Proper planning.
Breakfast.
It's always something different, something new.
The fact that you can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
Adrian College is shaping the future of higher education and leading the way in innovation and excellence. Ranked first in most innovative schools and second in best value in undergraduate teaching in the Midwest by U.S. News and World Report, Adrian College is recognized for its commitment to innovation, quality education, and affordability. Offering 71 undergraduate programs, 13 graduate programs, and a 1:15 faculty-to-student ratio, our students receive personalized attention and a cutting-edge education. With state-of-the-art facilities, 10 academic institutes, and 50 competitive sports teams, Adrian fosters growth both inside and outside the classroom. From small class sizes to championship-level athletics, we provide the tools and experiences you need to succeed. Join a community that prioritizes your success. Start your journey with us, where your potential is realized. Discover Adrian College.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Good afternoon, everybody. We are live from Nicolay Field at the campus of Adrian College as we get ready for another exciting day of Bulldog baseball. I'm Forrest Veneer alongside Michael Hale. And Michael, what should we expect today from the Bulldogs and the Thunder?
I think we'll get to see a great pitching matchup. Two right-handed pitchers, both with very good stats throughout the year that we'll get into a little bit later in this game. But the pitchers are going to be going quickly between pitches, and it's going to be a fast game.
So pitching today for the Adrian College Bulldogs is Jackson Clark, the right-hander, the junior from Clinton, Ohio. He will be facing Luke Burford, William Taczak, Joel Walton, Nathan Gilmett, Preston Henshin, Cole Temple, Kyle Martin, Dane DuBois, then Cole Schmid-Huber. Starting off in defense for the Bulldogs, we have Cam Oliver in left, Jack Boyke in center, Jake Burns in right, Ryan Davis at third base, Nick Bruder at shortstop, Rolando Jimenez at second, Christian Oliver at first. Behind the plate, we have David Kedro, who's had a really good season. He's had a couple home runs and a .367 batting average. And Clark is on the mound.
Jackson Clark's stats as we get started here. In his 7th start of the year, he posts a 2-2 record with a 4.72 ERA through 34 in the third innings pitched. He holds his opponents to a .313 batting average.
So here is Luke Burford. First pitch to him is strike one from Clark, and we are underway. Burford comes in with a .250 batting average, 19 hits, and 77 at-bats as he swings and misses. That's strike two from Jackson Clark.
Good job by Clark getting ahead early in the count, showing his stuff.
Just the start of things here at Nicolay Field between the Thunder and the Bulldogs. Swing and a miss. Jackson Clark has his first strikeout of the day as he gets Burford swinging on 3 pitches.
Great start for Clark and the Bulldogs. I think this is going to be a great start to what could be a very good day for the Bulldogs.
So here's William Taczak, who takes strike one. Good pitch from Jackson Clark. Taczak is a freshman from McDonald, Pennsylvania. One out. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That is high and outside from Clark. That is ball one, and the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike on William Taczak.
And that's the first ball from Jackson Clark today.
That's on the low inside corner for strike two. 1-2 on Taczak. Taczak comes in with a .140 batting average, 7 hits and 50 at-bats. Here's the 1-2 from Clark. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That's back-to-back strikeouts for Clark to start this game.
7 pitches, 6 strikes, 2 strikeouts. Very efficient from Jackson Clark here early on.
So here is Joel Walton, the senior from Fortville, Indiana. He takes strike one from Clark.
Walton has a .262 batting average this year.
He takes the ball low and outside from Clark. 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. So far, a pretty good start for Jackson Clark, striking out the first 2 batters he faces. Whoa, look out. Foul ball hits the net. The count is 1-2 on Walton. And if Walton shall reach Nathan Gilmet, batting in the cleanup position, the DH is waiting his turn on deck. Swing and a miss. Jackson Clark strikes out the side. He gets Burford, Taczak, and Walton swinging. As we now go to the bottom of the first inning. No score just yet here at Nicolay Field. You are watching Adrian College Baseball on ACTV.
Bulldog fans, welcome to the home of Adrian College Athletics. Brought to you by Adrian College Television. Follow us on social media to be connected to the latest broadcasts, news, highlights, and more. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, X, and TikTok. ACTV's social media handle is at Adrian College TV on all platforms. Thank you to all of our fans who tune in to support us at ACTV.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Bottom of the first inning as Jackson Clark just struck out the side in the top half, is now pitching for the Trine Thunder is Owen Mitchell, the right-hander. He is a sophomore from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, as he'll be facing Cam Oliver, Nick Bruder, and Ryan Davis for the Bulldogs. After Davis will be David Kedro, followed by Easton Rogers Rogers leads the Bulldogs in home runs with 3. After him is Jake Burns, then Christian Oliver, Rolando Jimenez, and Jack Boyke. First pitch to Cam Oliver is strike 1 on the inside corner from Owen Mitchell.
Owen Mitchell's in his 3rd start in his 7th appearance, has an 0-2 record and a 4.91 ERA through 22 innings pitched.
Starting in defense for the Thunder, Kyle Martin in left field. Cole Schmidt-Huber in center. In right field, Dane Dubois. Third base, Cole Temple. At shortstop is Luke Burford. William Taxak at second, Joel Walton at first. That's ball 2. Behind the plate is Preston Henshin. And Mitchell is on the mound, and he has an 0-2 count on Cam Oliver. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Oliver swings and hits it foul and out of play. Cam Oliver is a sophomore of Tampa, Florida. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Oliver hits a grounder to the second baseman, William Taxak. He'll throw to first to Joel Walton for out number 1. 1 up, 1 down for Owen Mitchell as Cam Oliver grounds out to second for the first out of the inning.
And as Nick Bruder comes up to the plate, he has a .282 batting average.
So here is Nick Bruder, the sophomore from Centerville, Ohio. Takes the ball low and outside from Mitchell.
Bruder also has 2 homers on the season, looking to jumpstart the Bulldogs offense here in the bottom of the 1st.
Here's the 1-0. That's outside. 2 balls and no strikes on Nick Bruder. Ryan Davis waits his turn on deck. Here's the 2-0 from Mitchell. Bruder hits it in the air to right center. That'll drop in for a base hit. It'll be picked up by Dubois. Bruder will hold at first for a single. That's the first hit and base runner of the day for the Bulldogs. So next up is Ryan Davis, one of the seniors. He plays third base and he also pitches. He'll bat with a runner at first with 1 out here in the bottom of the 1st inning. First pitch to Davis from Mitchell. Davis hits it foul and out of play.
Davis is looking for his first homer of the year. He has a .316 batting average and 21 RBIs, but again, 0 homers, and that looked like a home run swing there. So he's looking for his first one in this game.
1 out here in the 1st. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Davis takes the ball low and outside from Mitchell. Count 1-1 on Ryan Davis. He bats with Bruder on first, who's taking a good lead. Owen Mitchell, you can see him keeping a good eye on him. Here's the 1-1 to Davis. That is low. Count is 2-1. Two and one, the count on Ryan Davis. Trying to pick up Bruder from first. Advancing him a couple of bases would be a good plan. Here's the 2-1 to Davis. Foul ball, hits the net. Count is even at 2-2. This has been a good at-bat so far for Ryan Davis. Home plate umpire confirms the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Owen Mitchell again checking on Nick Bruder at first. Walton has his glove open. Here's a 2-2. Davis hits it in the air to left field. And that is going to be caught by Kyle Martin for out number 2. Bruder will have to go back to first base. So Ryan Davis flies out to left for out number 2.
Good swing with 2 strikes there. He knows he just missed a fastball. Appeared to be on the outer half of the plate. Should have gone the other way with it. Knows he should have done that. And he's very upset with himself, but he's just got to shake it off now and worry about going back out for the top of the 2nd inning and making the defensive play.
Here's David Kedrow, runners going. Here's Henshin's throw. Bruder slides. He is safe. So Nick Bruder has a stolen base. He is now in scoring position. And with his speed, too, a base hit could send him home here to give the Bulldogs an early lead.
I can very much see Bruder scoring on a base hit.
Kedro hits in the air to right center. That'll drop in for a base hit. Bruder will round third, and he will come in to score. That'll be an RBI single for David Kedro. The Bulldogs take a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning.
Great job sticking the bat out by Kedro there. Just putting it just over the glove of the second baseman. Getting the RBI and extending the inning for the Bulldogs.
So here's Easton Rogers. He leads the Bulldogs with 3 home runs with a .309 batting average, 21 hits and 68 at-bats. And he'll bat with Kedro at first with 2 outs. He takes a called strike 1 from Owen Mitchell. So Rogers, he usually plays outfield, but today he is the designated hitter. And if he reaches, Jake Burns will wait his turn on deck. Kedro taking his lead from first base. 0-1 from Mitchell. That's a called strike 2 on Rogers. So Mitchell has thrown 16 pitches in this inning. But he's ahead with the count on Rogers. It is 0-2 with 2 outs. And the runner's going, and that's fouled away. Rogers just got a piece of that one. Count still 0-2 on Easton Rogers. Again, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. The Bulldogs have a 1-0 lead on an RBI single by David Kedro. Here's the 0-2 to Rogers. Rogers has a base hit to left field. Going to second is David Kedro. So that'll be back-to-back singles for the Bulldogs as Rogers has his first hit of this game. So now Jake Burns will bat with runners at first and second with 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning.
That was a great battle by Easton Rogers, fouling off pitches to get the one that he wanted, and then just a solid line drive through the left side of the infield for a base knock.
As the first pitch to Jake Burns is inside for ball 1. Kedro's at second, Rogers is at first with 2 outs. Here's the 1-0 from Mitchell. Big swing and a miss. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike on Jake Burns.
Burns has a .421 batting average with 1 home run and 15 RBIs. Looking to add another RBI to his total. 1 or 2 more RBIs to his total right here.
Count is 2-1 on Burns. This is a good opportunity for the Bulldogs to get at least another run here. Burns will take strike 2. Good pitch there from Owen Mitchell. Count is even at 2-2 on Burns. He is playing right field for the Bulldogs. Here's the 2-2. Burns will swing and miss as he strikes out to end the bottom of the first inning. But the Bulldogs get 1 run on the RBI single by David Kedro. Rogers followed behind him with a single, but the Bulldogs leave 2 runners on base as we go to the top of the second inning. 1 run and 3 hits and no errors and 2 left. You are watching Adrian College Baseball.
Looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruitment tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
Welcome to Adrian College, where we believe in educating both the heart and the mind. With over 100 innovative academic programs and 10 cutting-edge institutes, you'll find a path that's right for you. Join our vibrant community of over 50 athletic teams and discover why we're recognized as a U.S. News & World Report Most Innovative Institution. Adrian College, where passion meets purpose. Your future starts here.
Top of the second inning here at Nicolay Field. The Bulldogs just took a 1-0 lead as Kedro hit an RBI single that scored in Nick Bruder, as Jackson Clark will be back to work on the mound.
Nathan Gilmet steps up to the plate for the Thunder. He has a .367 batting average with 4 homers and 12 RBIs.
First pitch to Gilmet, the DH. It is ball 1 from Clark. Here's the 1-0. It's in there. Good pitch from Clark. So Clark struck out the side in the top of the first inning. Here's the 1-1. On the ground to second. That'll be picked up by Rolando Jimenez. He'll throw to Christian Oliver to first for out number 1. 1 up, 1 down here in the second as Gilmet grounds out to Jimenez.
That's about as easy of a play as you can make in baseball. The 4-3 put out, just a nice easy toss from the second baseman to the first baseman for the out.
So here's the Thunder catcher, Preston Henshin. Here's the 0-1 from Clark. Big swing and a miss on a pitch that was down. The count is 0-2 on Henshin. Cole Temple waits his turn on deck. Here's a high fly ball into right field. That'll be caught by Jake Burns for out number 2. Henshin flies out to right for the second out of the second inning.
Great efficiency once again by Jackson Clark.
And he's only thrown 17 pitches of this game. First pitch to Cole Temple in the air to right. Going back is Jake Burns to the track, to the wall. And he makes a great catch for the third out of the inning. That was well hit by Cole Temple, but Burns just kept going back to the warning track, and he made a good catch. So a ground out and 2 flyouts for Jackson Clark to end the top half of the second inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. As we'll be right back for the second inning, for the bottom of the second inning. You are watching
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus visit.
Bottom of the second inning now is Owen Mitchell. Will get back to work on the mound for the Trine Thunder. Bulldogs have a 1-0 lead. It was back in the bottom of the first. David Kedro had an RBI single that scored in Nick Bruder. After him, Rogers hit a single, but Jake Burns struck out, and that has been the only strikeout so far for Mitchell. So Christian Oliver, the brother of Cam Oliver, will take his first at bat against Owen Mitchell. Oliver will be followed by Jimenez and then Jack Boyke, which he'll bat at the bottom of the lineup for the Bulldogs.
The 7-8-9 for the Bulldog lineup. Great spot if you're a Bulldog fan. The 7-8-9, then to get the lineup turnover at worst in the third inning to tack on another run.
0-1 to Oliver. Oliver swings and it's a ground ball to the shortstop, Burford. He'll throw to first for out number 1. So Christian Oliver grounds out to short for the first out of the bottom of the second inning. So next up is Rolando Jimenez, the sophomore from Tampa, Florida. First pitch to Jimenez. That'll be ball 1. 1-0 on Rolando Jimenez. Here's the pitch from Mitchell. 2-0 on Jimenez. Jimenez checks in with a .327 batting average, has 2 home runs and 18 hits in 55 at-bats. 3-0 in Michael Jimenez has not swung yet in this at-bat.
He hasn't had a reason to. 3 straight balls, nowhere near the zone. Sees strike one there at the knees. And something that we've seen from the strike zone today has been a little bit lower towards the belt to knee area, as that one's at the belt there.
You can see Jimenez, for a second, thought that was ball 4. That'll be a called strike 2 as the count is now full. 3-2 from Mitchell to Jimenez. On the ground to second. That'll be picked up by Taxack. Throwing to first for out number 2. So that's back-to-back groundouts for Mitchell. Jimenez grounds out to second for the second out of the bottom of the second inning.
Quality at bat for Jimenez there. Even though it was a ground out, still saw 6 pitches, and that's 6 more pitches that Owen Mitchell had to throw this inning.
First pitch to Jack Boyke shows bunt. Coming to pick it up is Cole Temple. There will be no play. Jack Boyke with the bunt base hit.
Beautiful bunt down the third base line. No chance for anybody to get that. That was Cole Temple that did pick it up, though. But with Boyke's speed, absolutely no chance to get the speedy Boyke.
Now we're back at the top of the lineup for the Bulldogs. Boyke will have to go back to first. So here is Cam Oliver. Oliver grounded out back in the first inning. He'll bat with Boyke at first with 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the second inning, the Bulldogs have a 1-0 lead. Here's the pitch. Oliver takes a strike. Good pitch there from Mitchell. So the pitch count for Mitchell is at 34. He's allowed 4 hits and 1 earned run, and he has struck out Burns. That has been his only strikeout of the day. Boyke taking a good lead, but he is safe at first. Count is 0-1 on Cam Oliver.
Mitchell is keeping a close eye on Jack over there at first, making sure he doesn't steal.
High fly ball into left field, That'll drop in for a base hit. Boyke, you can see he's being waved around. He's going to try to score, and he makes it standing up. So the Bulldogs have a 2-0 lead now. That'll be an RBI triple for Cam Oliver as Jack Boyke scores.
I think that's going to go down as a single E6 to allow both runners to score. So it should go down as an unearned run against Owen Mitchell, as it was misplayed at the fence.
So Cam Oliver is at third base. So this has been the second inning in a row where the Bulldogs have scored in at least 1 run. As Nick Bruder singled in the bottom of the first inning. He stole a base, and he scored on the RBI single by David Kedro. Here's the 1-1. Bruder hits a slow ground ball to short. Buford will pick it up and throw to first in time to get him. So Nick Bruder grounds out to short to end the inning. The Bulldogs get 1 more run on the RBI single by Cam Oliver that scored in Jack Boyke. As we go to the top half of the third inning, it is 2-0 Adrian College. You are watching Adrian College baseball on ACTV.
10 years ago, Adrian College Television set out on a mission to bring the excitement, the passion, and the unforgettable moments of Bulldog athletics to fans everywhere. From the field to the court, from nail-biting finishes to championship victories, ACTV has been there to capture it all.
Yeah, Jordan Spear, happy birthday, buddy. I'm sure.
This year, we celebrate a decade of dedication, 10 years of innovation, teamwork, and delivering the energy of Adrian College straight to your screen. Here's to the next chapter at ACTV, because at Adrian College, the story is just beginning.
It is the top half of the third inning. Jackson Clark, who has a good start here, will get back to work on the mound. The Bulldogs have a 2-0 lead. Is back in the bottom of the second inning. They got their second run on an RBI single by Cam Oliver that scored in Jack Boyke. So leading things off will be Kyle Martin as he hits it foul and out of play.
Kyle Martin has a .321 batting average, no homers, 7 RBIs.
Here's the 0-1. Fly ball into right field. Jake Burns backing up, and he makes the catch for out number 1. As Kyle Martin flies out to right for the first out in the top of the third.
And that's the third fly ball in a row that Jake Burns has had to field, as the last 2 outs of the second inning and this first out of the third inning all went to him.
As Dane DuBois on the first pitch he sees from Clark, swings and hits it foul. Count 0-1 on DuBois. He takes a strike. So the pitch count for Clark, he is at 20. He has struck out 3 when he struck out the side in the first inning. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. DuBois strikes out swinging for out number 2. That is strikeout number 4 for Jackson Clark.
That was an absolutely disgusting curveball by Clark there. 2 fastballs up in the zone, and then the curveball at the bottom of the zone using that fastball tunnel. Great job with the pitch sequence.
So here is Cole Schmid-Huber, the junior from Brighton, Colorado. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Already 2 outs here in the top of the third. Here's the 1-1 from Clark. Look out, foul. Count is 1-2 on Schmid-Huber, who plays center field for the Thunder. Here's the 1-2 from Clark. Low and in the dirt. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Schmid-Huber. With 2 outs, here's the 2-2 pitch. Fouled away. Good at bat so far for Schmid-Huber. He has a .378 batting average, 17 hits and 45 at bats, and 6 RBIs. The 2-2 on the ground to second. That'll be picked up by Rolando Jimenez. He'll throw to first for out number 3. That's another 1-2-3 inning for Jackson Clark. He has retired 9 in a row as we now go to the 4th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. You are watching Adrian College Baseball on ACTV.
Adrian College is shaping the future of higher education and leading the way in innovation and excellence. Ranked first in most innovative schools and second in best value in undergraduate teaching in the Midwest by U.S. News and World Report, Adrian College is recognized for its commitment to innovation, quality education, and affordability. Offering 71 undergraduate programs, 13 graduate programs, and a 1-to-15 faculty-to-student ratio, our students receive personalized attention and a cutting-edge education. With state-of-the-art facilities, 10 academic institutes, and 50 competitive sports teams, Adrian fosters growth both inside and outside the classroom. From small class sizes to championship-level athletics, we provide the tools and experiences you need to succeed. Join a community that prioritizes your success. Start your journey with us, where your potential is realized. Discover Adrian College.
Bottom of the third inning now is Ryan Davis will lead things off for the Bulldogs. And the first pitch to him, he is hit. So Davis will be aboard on base on the hit by pitch.
That's the second time he's been hit by a pitch this year. Flew out to center or left field last at bat. This time gone on base by the hit by pitch. Bulldogs are going to have to score him with 0 outs here and extend the lead.
Davis taking a good lead from first. Kedro showing bunt. That'll be a called strike one from Owen Mitchell. Mitchell has thrown 40 pitches, allowed 5 hits, 2 earned runs, hasn't walked anyone, but has only had 1 strikeout. But you got Jake Burns swinging as Davis just gets back into first base, sliding.
Great move by Owen Mitchell. Almost caught Davis asleep on the base paths.
0-1. Here's the pitch. Coming up from, or no, they'll throw again to first as Davis was taking another good lead. The count remains 0-1 on David Kedro. Kedro, back in the first inning, had an RBI single that scored in Nick Bruder. Again, the 0-1 pitch. Swinging a ground ball. That'll be a base hit to left field. Down to second goes Ryan Davis as David Kedro has his second hit of this game. That is his 31st hit of the season.
And that's the same spot that he hit it in the first inning, through the 5-6 hole on the left side, getting it into the outfield. And now the Bulldogs have 2 on with none out for their 5-hitter, Easton Ross.
Rogers will take ball 1. Rogers, back when the Bulldogs faced Alma College, he hit a home run.
Looking to follow that one up here in this at-bat.
Takes a called strike one. Good pitch by Owen Mitchell. As you noticed, it kind of curved up a little bit but landed in the zone as the count is even at 1-1 Davis at second. Kedro at first. Here's the 1-1 to Rogers. He takes ball 2. The Bulldogs have 2 runners on base. Davis was hit by the pitch. Kedro had a single. Here's the 2-1. Rogers swings and it's a high pop fly to the right side, foul territory. Walton says he's got it, and he makes the catch for out number 1 as Easton Rogers pops out for the first out of the inning. So here's Jake Burns, who struck out swinging on a 2-2 pitch. Again, that's been his only strikeout of this game. As Burns will take strike 1 on the outside corner. It's the bottom of the 3rd inning. 2 on, 1 out. 0-1 to Burns. That is low. Count is even at 1-1 strike. Christian Oliver waits his turn on deck. Davis at second, Kedro at first. Here's the 1-1. That's in there for a called strike 2.
Curveball that landed on the knees and the inside corner. Great pitch by Mitchell.
1-2 on Jake Burns. Here's the pitch. That is called strike 3. Jake Burns goes down looking. That's the second time that he's struck out. That's the second strikeout of this game for Mitchell. As Burns is 0 for 2 today. So here's Christian Oliver. Oliver grounded out in his last at bat. He takes strike 1 from Mitchell.
Good job by Mitchell getting ahead once again. Battling back, getting these last 2 batters out after allowing 2 base runners through the first 2 batters.
That is ball 1 inside on Oliver. 2 on, 2 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Oliver at least is going to try to pick up Davis from second. Oliver just got a piece of that one as it goes foul. Barely makes contact with the bat. Bulldogs have a 2-0 lead with 2 outs. They have 6 hits in this game. Here's the 1-2 to Oliver. That's way outside, and the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Oliver has 10 hits this season in 36 at-bats. Here's the 2-2. That is low, and the count is full. 3-2 on Christian Oliver. The runners will be on the move here with a full count and 2 outs. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Runners going, and that's ball 4. As Oliver is on base for the first time today. That's the first walk of this game for Mitchell, as the bases are loaded with 2 outs, with Rolando Jimenez coming up. Jimenez grounded out back in the second to William Taczak. First pitch to him, breaking ball, just misses. So the bases are loaded for the Bulldogs with 2 outs. Here's the 1-0. That's outside. 2 balls and no strikes on Jimenez.
And for Mitchell here, down 2-0 in the count, put a fastball in the outside corner using that slider tunnel that you just missed with.
That is ball 3.
Looked like he tried to do that there, but pulled it a little too far. And now a very hitter-friendly count for Jimenez.
Here's the 3-0 pitch. That's strike 1. Count is 3-1 on Jimenez. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Bulldogs have a 2-0 lead. Here's the 3-1 from Mitchell. In there for a called strike 2. So Mitchell, after getting behind on the count 3-0, comes back with a couple of good pitches for 2 strikes. 3-2 on Jimenez. Jimenez hits a high fly ball into right center field. That'll be caught by Schmid-Huber for out number 3. Bulldogs threaten but do not score as they leave the bases loaded in the bottom of the 3rd inning. We now go to the top of the 4th. It is 2-0 Adrian College. You are watching Adrian College Bulldog Baseball on ACTV.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth, introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time that you will always look back on as special years. Never experienced before you arrive today and never replicated after you graduate.
Top of the 4th inning now. The Bulldogs have a 2-0 lead as they left the bases loaded as Jimenez flied out to Schmid-Huber for out number 3 as Jackson Clark will get back to work. There's a ground ball to the shortstop, Nick Bruder. He'll throw to first, and they got him. As Burford grounds out to Nick Bruder. That'll be the first out in the top of the 4th inning. Here's William Taczak, who struck out back in the first, fouled away. Count is 0-1 on Taczak. Joel Walton waits his turn on deck. Here's the 0-1 from Clark. That's outside. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. 2-0 Bulldogs. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss for strike 2. 1-2 on William Taczak. Here's the pitch from Clark. That is low and inside. Count is now 2-2 on the guy who wears number 2, William Taczak. Here's the pitch. On the ground to short, slow roller. Bruder has to hurry, throws to first. 2 outs. Back-to-back ground outs to start this inning.
Great job by Bruder. Coming up to the infield grass, making the play, and not hurrying through the progression, as he got it when Taczak was halfway down the baseline.
So here is Joel Walton. Walton struck out in the first. Clark has struck out 4. A swing and a miss on the breaking ball from Clark. So he gets ahead on the count, 0-2 on Walton. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Outside. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Walton. If he reaches, Gilmet waits his turn on deck. The 1-2 pitch. Swinging a high fly ball into right center field. That's going to be caught by Jack Boyke for out number 3. A quick inning for Jackson Clark. He gets 2 ground outs and another long fly out, which is caught by Jack Boyke. As we go to the bottom of the 4th inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, none left. 2-0 Bulldogs. You are watching Adrian College Baseball on ACTV.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
We are back as Owen Mitchell will get back to work on the mound as we start the bottom half of the 4th inning. For those of you who are watching at home, we'd like to remind you to stay connected with all the action by following at Adrian College TV on social media. From game highlights to campus events, we've got you covered. Don't miss a beat. Follow at Adrian College TV today. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and X.
And don't forget here on YouTube, Forrest.
Oh, yes, you can also subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red button that says subscribe and tap the bell. That way you'll be notified 30 minutes before we start a stream. Here's Jack Boyke, who had a bunt single back in the 2nd inning and scored on the RBI single by Cam Oliver as he takes his 2nd at-bat of this game.
And as we see Boyke at the plate, Temple on 3rd base.
As Boyke has a base hit to right center field, picked up by Schmidt-Huber. Jack Boyke has his 2nd hit of this game. That would be his 19th hit this season, as he's 2 for 2 today.
That brings up Cam Oliver, who is 1 for 2 with an RBI single.
That RBI single he had scored in Boyke as he shows bunt, and he is hit by the pitch. As that is the 2nd hit by pitch of this game from Mitchell. As Oliver takes his base. As they're at least having a mound meeting for Owen Mitchell, as the Bulldogs have runners at 1st and 2nd with nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th inning with Nick Bruder coming up. Then he'll be followed by Ryan Davis and David Kedrow.
It's a good thing Bruder has that sliding mitt in his pocket, because that's exactly where it hit him, on the padded part of the sliding mitt. So it won't hurt as bad. So that's a good thing for Nick Bruder as he stands on first.
So Boyke is at second, Oliver is at first, nobody out. Bruder showing bunt as Mitchell will come to pick it up, makes the barehanded play, and Bruder is safe as Walton drops the ball. Looked like he had it in his glove, but popped right out. So that's the 8th hit given up today by Mitchell. So here's Ryan Davis. He'll bat with the bases loaded and nobody out. First pitch to him, called strike 1. So this is the 2nd inning in a row, Michael, that the Bulldogs have the bases loaded. Because back in the 3rd inning, they had them loaded with 2 outs, this time with nobody out.
Yeah, it's going to be absolutely crucial for the Bulldogs to score.
As Davis hits a ground ball foul down the 3rd base line.
Nearly hit Jack Boyke. Had to hit a little slide to get out of there and not get hit. Not that it would have mattered, or towards the outs, but it still would have hurt. That comes off the bat very fast.
0-2 to Ryan Davis. And that's going to get away from Henshin. Here comes Boyke to score. He slides, and he is safe. So Jack Boyke scores on a wild pitch. It is 3-0 Bulldogs.
And that's going to go down as an RBI for Ryan Davis, even though he didn't swing the bat. But I don't think Davis is going to complain at all about that.
1-2 on Davis. Here's the pitch. That's low ball 2. So now Cam Oliver's at 3rd, and Nick Bruder is at 2nd. Count is 2-2 on Ryan Davis. Mitchell getting set on the mound. Here's the 2-2. That's ball 3. So Davis has been on base once. He was hit by the pitch in his first at-bat. He flied out to left. Count is now full 3-2. Here's the pitch. Davis hits a fly ball, pop fly into left center field as Kyle Martin covers up a lot of ground to make the catch, and coming in to score is Cam Oliver. So that'll be a sacrifice fly RBI for Ryan Davis. It is 4-0 Bulldogs.
Great job by Davis, doing a job, scoring a runner, and extending this Bulldog lead to 4-0.
Hey, you could see in left field, Kyle Martin, he had to cover up a lot of ground to make the catch.
The wind was blowing that ball around. It's blowing left to right here at the Nick today.
So here is David Kedrow.
That was the 73rd pitch that we've seen Mitchell throw today. You have to wonder how much longer he's going to be going with all 4 of these runs coming across.
Kedrow takes ball 2 inside. Kedrow's had a good game today. He is 2 for 2 with 2 singles. One of them was also an RBI that scored in Nick Bruder. That gave the Bulldogs a 1-0 lead in the first inning. Here's the 2-0. Breaking ball in there for a called strike 1. So Mitchell has walked 1 and struck out. He has struck out Jake Burns twice. Those have been his only 2 strikeouts of this game. 2-1 to Kedrow. Kedrow hits in the air to left field. Going back is Kyle Martin to the wall. It is gone! A home run. Let Bruiser fetch that one. A 2-run home run by David Kedrow. That is his 3rd of the season. That would be his 32nd hit. as Bruder scores and Kedro scores as the Bulldogs lead 6-0.
That was a curveball that got left hanging on the inside of the court plate. Not what you want to do against David Kedro, as the Thunder make a call to the bullpen after that home run.
And the Bulldogs have a good lead, 6-0, as they also have 9 hits of this game. And it looks like Owen Mitchell's day on the mound might be done here. So we will be having a pitching change here in the bottom of the 4th inning with 1 out. The Bulldogs have a 6-0 lead. We're going to step aside for a break, but we'll be right back as you are watching Adrian College Baseball on ACTV.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
We are back as we're at the bottom of the 4th inning as the Trine Thunder has just made a pitching change. It is Reed Courtwright who comes in with a 5.79 ERA with an 0-1 win-loss record in 7 appearances. He has pitched in just a little over 9 innings. He has allowed 12 hits, 6 runs, struck out 5, and walked 5. As he is a left-hander. As Courtwright, he is a sophomore from Northeast Pennsylvania. As he just finishes taking his warm-up throws on the mound. As for those of you that missed it, the Bulldogs have a 6-0 lead. They scored a run on a wild pitch, and then as Boyke came in and scored, and then Ryan Davis had a sacrifice fly RBI, and David Kedro hit his 3rd home run of the season, a 2-run home run that also scored in Nick Bruder. That's the 2nd time Bruder has had a run scored today. So here is Easton Rogers, who takes ball 1 on the first pitch that the Bulldogs will see from Reed Courtwright. Here's the 1-0. Rogers takes ball 2. Rogers is 1 for 2 today. He has a single, and he's also popped out. 2-0. It's in there for a called strike 1. And so Rogers and Kedro are both tied with the lead in home runs for the Bulldogs as they both have 3. 2-1 to Rogers. That is in there for a called strike 2. Count is even on Easton Rogers. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. The bases are empty. Here's a 2-2. Low and in the dirt. Count is full on Rogers. Still only 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. This has been a really good inning offensively for the Bulldogs. The 3-2 pitch. As he swings at the breaking ball, hits it into right. That'll drop in fair for a base hit. Rogers is on his way to second. He'll make it there standing up with a long double. That's the 2nd hit of this game for Easton Rogers.
Yeah, great job by Rogers. They're going opposite field on the outside curveball. That curveball just got left a little too high through the bat plane and falls on the warning track in the right field corner. But like you were saying, Forrest, a very productive inning for the Bulldogs. Even though they have 1 out, it's been a very productive out, with that being the sac fly.
So here is Jake Burns. Burns is 0 for 2 today, has struck out twice. Remember, those were the only 2 strikeouts that Owen Mitchell had. As Burns hits a foul ball.
And speaking of Owen Mitchell, His final stat line was 76 pitches, 3 in the third inning, 9 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, and 2 hit by pitches.
Here's the 1-1. Grounder to third. That'll go foul. As Cole Temple, you can see him keeping an eye on it just in case. Still only one out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Easton Rogers just hit a double. He is at second base. 1-2 to Burns. That's going to get away, or no, a hit by pitch. Burns will be at first base. That's only the first time that Jake Burns has reached first of this game as he is hit by the pitch, and that is the third time of this game that the Trine Thunder has hit a batter on a pitch.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see from Trine, especially down 6-0. You gotta just try to keep getting outs. Don't try to get fancy with it now. You just gotta throw strikes, get the ground ball, and let your defense work for you.
So here's Christian Oliver. Oliver hits a fly ball into left field. Going back is Martin to the wall. And Martin makes the catch on the warning track as Rogers will go back to second and Burns will go back to first. It's Christian Oliver flies out to left for out number 2. So now batting will be Rolando Jimenez. Jimenez is 0 for 2. He is grounded out and flied out. Takes a called strike 1. Count 0-1. Here's the pitch coming up from court right. That's in there for a called strike 2. As Jimenez flied out in his last at bat in the bottom of the third inning with the bases loaded. 0-2 to Jimenez. Jimenez hits a line drive. That'll go foul. Landed by the pavilion. Count still 0-2 on Jimenez. Still the bottom of the fourth inning here at the campus of Adrian College at Nicolay Field. 2 on, 2 out for the Bulldogs. Looking to keep their offense going. Runners going. Fouled away. Jimenez just got a piece of that one. If Jimenez shall reach, Jack Boyke, who is 2 for 2 today, is waiting his turn on deck. Count still 0-2 on Rolando Jimenez. 2 on, 2 out. Here's the 0-2 from court right. That's outside for ball 1. So we are officially now 1 hour into this ball game. Count 1-2. Swing and a foul and out of play. This has been another good at bat here for Jimenez.
Yes, seen a lot of pitches, lots of close pitches, and he's just been battling with 2 strikes.
1-2 from court right. Breaking ball just misses on the outside corner. Here's a 2-2. Ball 3. Count is full on Jimenez. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Rogers is at second. Burns is at first. Here's the 3-2. Coming up from court right to Jimenez. Runners going, and it's fouled away.
Another nice pitch by Courtright and another good swing, defensive swing by Jimenez, looking to just keep this at-bat alive and the inning alive for the Bulldogs.
A 3-2. And that is going to be caught by the second baseman, William Taxak, as the Bulldogs will leave Rogers at second and Burns at first. But what an inning this has been. They take a 6-0 lead on a score on a wild pitch, a sacrifice fly RBI from Ryan Davis, and a 2-run home run by David Kedro, his 3rd of the season. As we go to the top of the 5th inning, you are watching Adrian College baseball on ACTV.
Bulldog fans, welcome to the home of Adrian College Athletics. Brought to you by Adrian College Television. Follow us on social media to be connected to the latest broadcasts, news, highlights, and more. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, X, and TikTok. ACTV's social media handle is at Adrian College TV on all platforms. Thank you to all of our fans who tune in to support us at ACTV.
Looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruitment tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
Top of the 5th inning here at Nicolay Field. It is 6-0 Bulldogs. As for those of you that missed it, they scored 4 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning. Jack Boyke scored on a wild pitch. Ryan Davis had a sacrifice fly RBI, and David Kedro with a 2-run home run as Gilmet will ground out to shortstop. Nick Bruder makes the throw to first for out number 1. Michael, what have you seen so far with offense and defense from the Bulldogs?
Yeah, Jackson Clark working quick. Keeping the Trine Thunder off balance. And great job by his defense, the 7 players behind him, and David Kedro behind the dish, just calling a great game and not making any errors thus far.
Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball in there for a called strike 1. Count is 1-1 on Preston Henshin. It's 1-1. Slow ground ball to short. Nick Bruder has to hurry, throws to first, and they got him. So Nick Bruder has been busy today at shortstop, Michael.
Yeah, that's 2 in a row, and 4 of the last 5 plays have been hit right to him. Keeping that arm loose, which is good.
Here's a swing and a high pop fly. Bruder waits for it. He makes the catch in the outfield grass, as that is another 1-2-3 inning for Jackson Clark. He has retired 16 in a row as we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Bulldogs have a 6-0 lead. You are watching Adrian College Baseball on ACTV.
Welcome to Adrian College, where we believe in educating both the heart and the mind. With over 100 innovative academic programs and 10 cutting-edge institutes, you'll find a path that's right for you. Join our vibrant community of over 50 athletic teams and discover why we're recognized as a U.S. News & World Report Most Innovative Institution. Adrian College. Passion meets purpose. Your future starts here. Elevate your game? At Adrian College, our athletes strive for excellence on and off the field. Get involved in over 50 student clubs and organizations where your passions meet purpose. With innovative programs and personalized learning, our academics are designed to ignite your future. Experience vibrant student life, where community and connection shape your college journey. Adrian College, where you belong. Apply today and become part of the Bulldog family.
And we are back. It is the bottom half of the 5th inning. The Bulldogs have a 6-0 lead. As Michael, what do you think? What should we expect to happen for the rest of this game?
I think we'll see the Bulldogs stay aggressive at the plate. They've been seeing a lot of strikes, and they've been hitting a lot of strikes. Now, granted, they've had 12 outs, but they've been all productive outs, as we see the 6 runs on the board through those 10 hits. So I think we'll see the Bulldogs staying aggressive throughout this bottom of the 5th through the bottom of the 8th.
For the second inning in a row, Jack Boyke will lead things off. It's the first pitch he'll see. Swing and a tap foul. The count is 0-1.
Great job by the Bulldogs last inning, batting around, getting all those 4 runs in.
Here's the 0-1. Foul and out of play. Count is 0-2 on Jack Boyke.
And we've seen back-to-back curveballs by Courtright, so I'd expect to see a fastball.
The 0-2 swinging a foul
as we see the fastball up and away there with that pitch.
Count still 0-2 on Jack Boyke. Nobody out just yet here in the bottom of the 5th. That is low and inside. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Here's a high fly ball to the left side, and it's going to be caught on a sliding play by Kyle Martin. So Jack Boyke is 2 for 3 of this game as he flies out to left for the first out in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Great hustle by Kyle Martin, the left fielder, who made the sliding play against the fence right along the foul line. If he didn't catch that, that would have been a fair ball and likely just a double, as we saw Jack Boyke hustling his way to second.
There's strike 1 on Cam Oliver. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball in there for strike 2. So Drew Basso is now on the mound for the Trine Thunder as it's fouled away by Cam Oliver. Oliver has had 1 hit and 1 RBI. He had an RBI single in the bottom of the 2nd that scored in Jack Boyke. Here's the 0-2. Oliver hits a fly ball in the air to right center. That will be caught by Schmid Huber for out number 2.
Good job by Basso coming in to the bottom of and top of the lineup for the Bulldogs, where the Bulldogs have done the most damage and just shutting them down through these first 2 outs.
So here's Nick Bruder. He'll take called strike 1 from Basso. Bulldogs have a 6-0 lead. Here's the 0-1. Check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. As the home plate umpire checked for the appeal. As the count is 1-1 on Nick Bruder. Bruder has had 2 hits today. He stole a base, and he scored on the RBI single from David Kedro. Count is 2-1 on Bruder. Here's the pitch. That's ball 3. Picked up by Henshin at the plate. Count is 3 balls and 1 strike on Nick Bruder. If Bruder shall reach, Ryan Davis is on deck. The 3-1. In there, just on the low outside corner. The count is full at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Great pitch, low and away on 3-1. Great location and good job spotting it in that pressure situation.
That's ball 4. As this inning will continue, 3rd time Bruder's been on base, so he is now aboard on the walk. Now the batter will be Ryan Davis. Davis had a sacrifice fly RBI in the 4th. That scored in Cam Oliver. Count is 1-0 on Ryan Davis, as he'll bat with Bruder at first with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Bruder is going. Here's Henshin, and that'll be no play as Bruder has his 2nd stolen base.
There wouldn't have been much of a play regardless, as Bruder got a great jump, took a couple of shuffles before the pitch was even released, and was halfway to second by the time it got to the catcher.
As Davis hits a fair ball down the left field line. Bruder will come in and score. Davis has an RBI double that scores in Nick Bruder. So that's the 3rd time Nick Bruder has scored in a run today as the Bulldogs lead 7-0. So here is David Kedro. Kedro has singled twice and has had a 2-run home run as he takes ball 1 from Drew Beso. So Kedro bats with a runner at second with 2 outs. Here's the 1-0. In there for a called strike. Davis is at second. Bulldogs lead 7-0. Here's the 1-1. That is ball 2. Here's the 2-1. Kedro, it's a ground ball. That's going to be a base hit. Davis will go to third, and he'll stay there. So Kedro has his 4th hit of this game. As he is 4 for 4 now, Michael.
That's a pretty good day at the plate. And another ball for the Bulldogs that goes through the 5-6 hole on the left side. And now runners on the corners with 2 outs. Bulldogs looking to extend the lead once again and add on to this just 1 run in the bottom of the 5th.
And Kedro is going. Rogers hits a fly ball into right field, and that'll drop in. It'll be just foul as Du Bois was chasing after it.
There's not a lot of foul room down there in the corner as the fence hugs up right against the foul line. There's like about 1 foot of foul space at most down the in the corners. So lucky break for the Thunder there. But like we saw the runner take off on that last pitch, I think we're going to see him take off once again.
Kedro will get back to first.
And Beso knows it, so he throws over the first. Try to keep him close. But there's only so much that you really can do on that.
The 0-1. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike on David Kedro. Easton Rogers. Rogers has had a single and a double. Here's the 1-1. He's also popped out today, so he's 2 for 3. If Rogers shall reach, Jake Burns waits his turn on deck. 2 on, 2 outs. 2-1 pitch, runners going. Henshin's throw, and that'll be a stolen base for David Kedro.
That's his 5th stolen base on his 8th attempt. He's been pretty successful stealing bases this year.
Rogers hits a fly ball. That'll go foul and out of play on the right side. Count still full on Easton Rogers. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Burns waiting his turn on deck. 3-2 to Rogers. Rogers hits it up the middle into center field, a base hit. Ryan Davis will score. Here comes David Kedro rounding third, and he'll score. Easton Rogers has his 3rd hit of the day. He has a 2 RBI single, scoring in Davis and Kedro as the Bulldogs have a 9-0 lead.
And that pitch just goes right back up the middle. Another fastball. on a 3-1 count. Very advantageous for a batter being in that 3-1 count, as we have a pinch runner coming in.
Andrew Klaus will come in, and he'll run for Rogers. Klaus is a senior from Westerville, Ohio. So he'll be at first base. There's still 2 outs in the bottom half of the 5th inning, as the Thunder has a quick meeting on the mound, having a conversation with Drew Basso. So now the batter will be Jake Burns. And Jake Burns hits a fly ball into left field. Going back is Kyle Martin, and he makes the catch to end the inning. The Bulldogs leave a runner at first base, but they get 2 more runs on the 2 RBI single by Easton Rogers. As we now go to the 6th inning, it is 9-0 Bulldogs at Nicolay Field. You are watching Adrian College Baseball on ACTV.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus visit.
And we are back. So we are just about ready to start the top half of the 6th inning, as Jackson Clark will get back to work on the mound. For those of you that are just joining in, my name is Forrest Vernier, and joining me is Michael Hale. Here on our broadcast on ACTV, we are a student-run broadcast. On our crew today, we have Lauren Barkowicz, who is directing, changing the scores on the computer. For those of you that are watching, we want to thank you very much for tuning in to ACTV. And if you haven't done so yet, pull up a chair and get your microwave popcorn, as we hope you are enjoying this game live from Nicolay Field. So Kyle Martin on the first pitch he'll see from Clark is a called strike 1, as the wind is also starting to pick up a little bit here at Nicolay Field. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That is low for ball 1. Kyle Martin flied out back in the 3rd inning. Here's the 1-1. That's ball 2. So Clark has 4 strikeouts of this game. 2-1 to Martin. Martin with a big swing and a miss. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Great location there on the pitch. Just out of reach for the batter. It looked like a changeup.
As a good eye by Martin. Did not chase that one. The count is 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 from Clark. Swing and a miss. And another strikeout for Jackson Clark, his 5th.
Great pitch location, up and in on the fastball. And drawing an ugly swing. And getting out of that batter with 1 down now. And his pitch count's only at 51 now.
That's strike 1 on Dane Dubois. 0-1. In. That's in there for, excuse me, no, that'll be ball 1. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Now that's strike 2. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Dane Dubois. Home plate umpire confirms the count. 1-2 on Dane DuBois. Clark gets on the mound. Here's the 1-2 pitch. There's a high pop fly into right. That'll go foul and out of play.
Yeah, the Bulldog coaching staff thought that second pitch was a called second strike instead of the ball. So after that called second strike, they thought it was strike 3. So the umpire had to clarify that.
That's in there for a called third strike. That's 6 strikeouts for Jackson Clark as he gets DuBois looking. That's the second time that he's gone out on strikes. So now the batter will be Cole Schmidt-Huber. First pitch to him, little flare into right, and that's going to get by Jake Burns. Schmidt-Huber on his way to second. He'll turn around. He's on his way to third. He'll make it there sliding. That is the first hit and base runner of the day for the Trine Thunder.
5 2/3 of perfect game baseball by the Bulldogs. Great pitching by Jackson Clark. He's going to stay in here, but great job getting through 5 2/3 innings, 56 pitches, and no base runners.
That'll be ball 1 on Luke Burford. Here's the 1-0. That's just inside. The count is 2 balls and no strikes. So Schmidt-Huber is at third base. 2 outs here in the 6th. The 2-0 on the ground to third, and that'll get by Ryan Davis. That's a fair ball. Schmidt-Huber will score. Going to second is Burford. As the Thunder gets on the board for the first time today, that'll be an RBI for Luke Burford.
And that'll go down as an error, as Ryan Davis misplayed the ball off the bounce.
And the first pitch to Tazak. Kedra will throw to first, and they got him. So that'll be the end of the top half of the 6th inning. But the Thunder gets on the board for the first time today as Burford has an RBI that scores in Schmidt-Huber. It is 9-1 Adrian College at Nicolay Field. You are watching Adrian College Baseball on ACTV.
10 years ago, Adrian College Television set out on a mission to bring the excitement, the passion, and the unforgettable moments of Bulldog athletics to fans everywhere. From the field to the court, from nail-biting finishes to championship victories, ACTV has been there to capture it all.
Yeah, Jordan Spear, happy birthday, buddy. I'm sure.
This year, we celebrate a decade of dedication, 10 years of innovation, teamwork, and delivering the energy of Adrian College straight to your screen. Here's to the next chapter at ACTV, because at Adrian College, the story is just beginning.
We've got a pitching change for the Trine Thunder. It'll be Gary Boyer. He'll be taking over for Drew Basso. The Bulldogs have a 9-1 lead. For those of you that missed it, back in the top half of the 6th inning, the Trine Thunder got on the board for the first time today after Schmidt-Huber hit a triple that got by Jake Burns. As you saw him trying to make a diving play to make the catch, but he made it all the way to third, and after that, Luke Burford scored him in on an RBI double. So that's the first run of the day for the Trine Thunder.
Yeah, Jake Burns was making that diving play out there, or attempt, trying to save a perfect game by Jackson Clark, but was unable to catch it, and which ultimately led to that first run. But 5 2/3 innings of perfect baseball from the Bulldogs. But now they get to play more loose and just try to finish this game out stronger.
And we've also just received word that Noah Prewitt is taking over in left field for Kyle Martin. It's the first baseman, Christian Oliver. Here's the 0-1. As Boyer, you can see him, he lost his hat on that pitch. The count is even at a ball and a strike. Here's the 1-1. And that is going to be played by Cole Temple. He'll throw to first to Joel Walton for out number 1. So Oliver grounds out to third for the first out here in the 6th inning.
And now that brings up Rolando Jimenez, who is 0 for 3 with a ground out, fly out, and line out, looking for his first hit of the day.
First pitch that Jimenez will see from Boyer. That'll be ball 1. Count 1-0 on Jimenez. Here's the pitch. In there for a called strike 2. 1 out. Here in the bottom half of the 6th inning here at Nicolay Field, the Bulldogs have a 9-1 lead. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Jimenez just got a piece of that one. Foul tipped. That's strike 2. Jack Boyke will be next. He is waiting his turn on deck. Just 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Nobody on base. Boyer gets set on the mound with 1 out. 1-2 to Jimenez. Fouled away. Count still 1-2 on Rolando Jimenez. Again, still in search of his first hit. Again, the 1-2 pitch from Boyer. Swinging a high pop fly on the infield. Who's going to catch it? It is going to be the third baseman, Cole Temple, as Jimenez pops out for out number 2.
Long run for Temple there, coming across the diamond on the first base side of the infield. Maybe could have been a play.
So here is Jack Boyke. Boyke has singled twice. One of them was a bunt single, and he scored on a wild pitch in the 4th inning. Here's a chopper to second. That'll be picked up by William Taczak. He'll throw to first for out number 3. That'll be a 1-2-3 inning for Gary Boyer. He gets a couple of ground outs and a pop out as we go to the top of the 7th inning. 9-1 Bulldogs here at Nicolay Field. You are watching Adrian College Baseball on ACTV.
Adrian College is shaping the future of higher education and leading the way in innovation and excellence. Ranked first in most innovative schools and second in best value in undergraduate teaching in the Midwest by U.S. News and World Report, Adrian College is recognized for its commitment to innovation, quality education, and affordability. Offering 71 undergraduate programs, 13 graduate programs, and a 1-to-15 faculty-to-student ratio, our students receive personalized attention and a cutting-edge education. With state-of-the-art facilities, 10 academic institutes, and 50 competitive sports teams, Adrian fosters growth both inside and outside the classroom. From small class sizes to championship-level athletics, we provide the tools and experiences you need to succeed. Join a community that prioritizes your success. Start your journey with us, where your potential is realized. Discover Adrian College.
Top of the 7th inning now. The Bulldogs have a 9-1 lead. Lincoln Hayward will be taking over in right field for Jake Burns. Jackson Clark has pitched a great game today. He'll get back to work on the mound. He'll be facing Joel Walton, Nathan Gilmet, and Preston Henshin. First pitch he sees from Clark will be ball 1. Here's the 1-0. That's a little bit high for ball 2. So Clark has thrown 60 pitches. That's ball 3. Count is 3-0 on Walton. Gilmet will be next. He's waiting his turn on deck. Here's the 3-0. That's in there for a called strike 1.
And that last half, bottom of the 6th inning for the Trine Thunder defense, that was the first 1-2-3 inning that they've put out today.
Yeah, Gary Boyer did a great job in guiding his teammates in getting all 3 outs. Here's the 3-2. That's ball 4. As that's the third base runner of the day for the Thunder, as Walton is walked. That's only the first walk of the day for Jackson Clark. So now the batter is Nathan Gilmet. He takes ball 1 inside from Clark.
Yeah, Jackson Clark's been very efficient on the mound today, usually getting ahead with first pitch strikes. Hasn't the last couple of batters, but as we see here, battles back into the count, now evening it at 1. But he's been working very efficiently and getting ahead of batters.
Here's the 1-1. That's in the air to left. That'll go foul and out of play. It lands into the bullpen. So
those guys down in the bullpen got to stay on their toes.
Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Nathan Gilmet. 1-2 from Clark. And that is going to be caught. Nice play there at third by Ryan Davis, as he catches a line drive hit by Nathan Gilmet, as he lines out to third for the first out here in the top of the 7th. So here's Preston Henshin.
He's 0 for 2 today with a fly out and ground out. Looking to avoid the ground out here, as that would likely lead to a inning-ending double play.
0-1 on Henshin with 1 out. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he went around. That's strike 2. Count is 0-2 on Henshin. Cole Temple is waiting his turn on deck. Here's the pitch. Good block at the plate by David Kedro. Clark checking on the runner at first. 1 out. 1-2. Called strike 3 for out number 2. That's 7 strikeouts today for Jackson Clark, as he gets Henshin looking. Here's Cole Temple, who is 0 for 2 today. Takes a called strike from Clark.
Temple has 2 flyouts today. 1 to the right fielder in the 2nd inning, and then a pop out in the 5th.
So here's a high pop fly to right field. That'll be caught by Lincoln Hayward for out number 3, as that is a 1-2-3 inning for Jackson Clark, as he gets not a 1-2-3 inning. 1 runner was left on base from a walk. You got a line out, a strikeout, and a fly out. The Bulldogs still have a 9-1 lead here at Nicolay Field. You are watching Adrian College Baseball on ACTV.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Bulldog fans, welcome to the home of Adrian College Athletics, brought to you by Adrian College Television. Follow us on social media to be connected to the latest broadcasts, news, highlights, and more. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, X, and TikTok. ACTV's social media handle is at Adrian College TV on all platforms. Thank you to all of our fans who tune in to support us at ACTV.
Gary Boyer back to work on the mound for the Trine University Thunder.
Produced a 1-2-3 inning last time out, and we'll look to replicate that here in the bottom of the 7th.
So now batting is Joe Cassell. He will pinch hit for Cam Oliver. First pitch you'll see from Boyer. He hits it foul and out of play. Oh and 1 on Cassell from Boyer. Cassell hits it to left field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Cassell rounds first. He is on his way to second, and he'll make it there with a double. So Cassell has a pinch hit double to start the bottom of the 7th inning.
Great start for the Bulldogs in this 7th inning. Leadoff double by the pinch hitter, Joe Cassell. Looking to keep adding runs to this score.
So Cassell is at second. Bruder hits it foul and out of play.
Off the roof of the pavilion out there behind the first base fence.
Cassell is at second. Nobody out here in the 7th inning. Here's the 0-1. That's outside. 1 ball and 1 strike on Nick Bruder. Bruder has been on base a few times, 2 singles and a walk. He has stolen a base and he has scored 3 times. 1-1. That is ball 2 on Bruder. Cassell taking a good lead from second base. 2-1. In the air to right, that'll go foul. Count is even on Bruder. 2 balls and 2 strikes with nobody out. Here's the 2-2. In the air to left center field. That'll drop in for a base hit. Cassell will round third. He will come in and score. It'll be an RBI double for Nick Bruder. That's Bruder's 3rd hit of the day. It's the first time that he has driven in a run on a hit. So the Bulldogs have a 10-1 lead in the bottom of the 7th inning. And that also means, Michael, that the only innings where they have not scored has been the bottom of the 3rd and the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, it's pretty good offense for the Bulldogs. Once again coming alive as we have a mound visit and looks like a pitching change. We will get number and stats in a minute, but like I was saying, great offense for the Bulldogs through these first 6+ innings that they've been at the plate.
And we're going to take a step aside for a break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Adrian College Baseball on ACTV.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruitment tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
Bulldog fans, welcome to the home of Adrian College Athletics, brought to you by Adrian College Television. Follow us on social media to be connected to the latest broadcasts, news, highlights, and more. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, X, and TikTok. ACTV's social media handle is at Adrian College TV on all platforms. Thank you to all of our fans who tune in to support us at ACTV.
Ryan Davis coming up to bat now for the Bulldogs as he will face Steven Kessinger.
This is Kessinger's 8th appearance on the year. He has a 6.23 ERA through 4 in the 3rd innings pitched.
As Davis fouls the first pitch that he sees from Kessinger. He is a freshman from Maumee, Ohio. Bruder's at second. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. And he drops down a bunt. Kessinger will pick it up. He'll throw to first. It'll be not in time. And so Davis is aboard with an infield single.
Great bunt by Ryan Davis. Putting it where nobody could field it. And with Davis's speed, was able to advance both the runner and himself onto first base. And now there's runners on the corners with no outs. And the Bulldogs looking to strike again.
Brendan Williamson, the senior from Green Bay, Wisconsin, is making his first appearance in this game. He is going to pinch hit for David Kedrow. Yeah, Kedrow had an awesome day today. He had 2 singles. One of them was an RBI single and a 2-run home run. First pitch to Williamson. Hits a swing and a high pop fly. Shallow right field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Nick Bruder will come in to score. Down to second goes Ryan Davis. So that'll be an RBI for Williamson.
That one falls into no man's land. Just shy of the, just into the outfield, as that is the 11th run for the Bulldogs, which gives them a 10-run advantage. And with it being the bottom of the 7th inning, that was a walk-off single or error. However, they want to score it.
And so this game will end on a mercy rule as the Bulldogs win 11-0 over the Trine University Thunder. So Adrian College, their record is now 11-11. The Thunder would be 8-13. But what stood out to me for the most part, Michael, was the phenomenal pitching performance by Jackson Clark. He pitched 7 innings, 76 total pitches, walked 1, gave up 2 hits, 1 earned run, and struck out 7.
Yeah, great day from Jackson Clark. And like I've said a few times throughout this broadcast, he had 5 2/3 of perfect baseball. So very good work by him. And that's a lot of credit to the defense as well. Both David Kedrow behind the dish and the 7 fielders behind him. Great work on the mound by Jackson.
Yeah, what a game this has been for the Bulldogs here at Nicolay Field. As your final stats for today, the Bulldogs with 11 runs, 17 hits, and no errors. The Trine Thunder, 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors. And we would like to thank you very much for tuning into our broadcast on ACTV. From Josiah Durrell, Lauren Barkowicz, Michael Hale, I'm Forrest Vernier. Your final score, Adrian College 11 and Trine University 1. Thank you very much for watching and listening. Have a great rest of your day, and go in love and peace.